Welcome back to my channel, The Story Katta. Today I'm going to tell you a very interesting story. Actually, this is a story about a visit where my friends Tim and Tyra are going for a visit in the back times to meet a great personality. You know it is who? Any guesses? Yes, it was a great inventor and a scientist. It is none other than Thomas Alva Edison, a great scientist who has given lovely inventions to our world. So, he was born in the year 1847 in Ohio. Now, Tim and Tyra were very excited for this visit. So, they went for this visit. Now, when they went for this visit, Mr. Edison was also excited to meet them. So, as soon as they reached there, Mr. Edison greeted them and Tim and Tyra also greeted Mr. Edison. They said, "Hello, Mr. Edison." And Mr. Edison also told, "Welcome. We are very glad to have you here. Come, let me show you my beautiful inventions, what have I done, and how I began with these inventions." So the first thing which he showed them was the lab. Yes, a lab, where experiments are conducted. Now, Tim and Tyra had a question. Why was Mr. Edison so fond of this lab? Why? So Mr. Edison answered, I was fond of lab right from childhood because I was fond of science. I was fond of experiments. I wanted to try something new every time. And at the age of 10, means at your age, I made a small lab, where? In the basement of my house. And there I conducted many experiments. So this was really surprising for Tim and Tyra, because at the age of 10, making a lab of your own, isn't that exciting? So children, if you also like some experiments, try to do it like Mr. Edison. Now, Mr. Edison moved forward. He showed them his inventions. Now, his first invention was a telegraph machine. Now, you all may be thinking, what is a telegraph machine? A telegraph machine was in those days a mode of communication. Yes. Now today we have that phones where you can WhatsApp to your friends, you can contact them, you can contact your relatives. But during those days, there was nothing such thing like that. So, he told Tim and Tyra, I used to communicate with my friend Jim. Now Jim was the best friend of Thomas Alva Edison. I used to communicate with my friend with the help of this machine, where I communicated 2 or 3 messages at a time. Now, he showed them the telegraph machine. Now, even I would like to show you the telegraph machine. Yes, this is the telegraph machine, which he showed the Tim and Tyra. And they were very excited to see this machine. Now, he also told, I made a better telegraph machine where I could send messages, at least 4 messages at a time. And he also told, as I grow big, I worked in a telegraph company where I could send messages faster, and I was also awarded as a faster employer for sending the messages fast. Wow, Tim and Tyra were really excited. Now, they were just waiting to see what was his next invention. Now, he showed them his next invention, the telephone. Now, you know what is a telephone. Who invented the telephone, children? Who invented?
Graham Alexander Bell.
Yes, Alexander Graham Bell. Very right. Alexander Graham Bell. But Mr. Edison invented a part in it. Why? So that the sounds became more clearer, became more audible. And he showed this, and Tim and Tyra were also able to see the hands-on experience of that machine. So Tim was talking on that machine. See how excited Tim is to see the telephone. Now, we are very lucky to have these inventors, isn't it? Who has invented so lovely things. Now, he also showed his next invention. Any guesses or any ideas? What was his next invention? It was a phonograph. Have you heard about phonograph, or have you seen what is a phonograph? Actually, phonograph is also known as gramophone. Now, Tim and Tyra asked, "Mr. Edison, what is a phonograph?" Phonograph is a talking machine. Yes, it's a sort of talking machine where you can record messages and you can just capture it and you can play that messages. So he said, for example, I'll just say a simple line like, "Mary had a little lamb," and this got recorded. and then he played it, and it really played so beautifully. So you see, so beautiful invention, and this was the favorite invention of Mr. Edison. Now he was very excited to show Tim and Tyra his popular invention. You know what was that? It was none other than the bulb, the electric light bulb. Now Tim and Tyra had a question. You know what was that question? They asked Mr. Edison, why did you think of inventing this bulb? Mr. Edison answered, those days people used to make use of candles, lamps, lanterns. So sometimes there was fear that it might catch fire. So I thought of preparing this electric bulb where electricity could pass more nicely, more brighter way. There were bulbs where electricity could pass, but this I made, and in this the electricity passed through a thin cotton thread and the light glowed brightly. So you see, this was the most popular invention of Thomas Alva Edison. He was known for this invention. So they were very excited now. They also would like to show his next invention, and they were very interested and excited to know what was his next invention. It was the movie machine camera. Now he also made a movie company. He used to make many movies. He made a movie machine camera. You want to see the movie machine camera? I would really like to show you the very interesting movie machine camera. This. See Tim, how is he observing the machine camera? Because there was only one eyepiece, so you could watch movies. Later on he made a movie company. So these were the lovely inventions made by Thomas Alva Edison. And Tim and Tyra were very excited with this visit. They thanked Mr. Edison for showing them his inventions. And Tim and Tyra were very excited. So if you really like this book, please read this book, A Day with Thomas Alva Edison, where you can see lovely inventions. And this is a Macaw Book publication. Very beautifully illustrated book. There are also many titles where you can see they're all related to scientists. So please, if you do like, read this book. And if you really like my story, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, The Story Katta. Thank you.